Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. This is your boy Polo over at Polo Fields Lawn Service. I hope that you all are having a blessed day today. Now, in this particular video, I want to talk to you all about nothing but fertilizers. A lot of people are confused. They don't know what fertilizers to put down, right? You don't know whether to put down urea. You don't know if to put down the all organic. You don't know if to put down the polymer coated fertilizers. So in this video, we're going to break these things down so that you can be able to have a better understanding of what fertilizer you need to use. And I'm going to pull a scene from the Workin Livestream where we feature Matt Martin from the Grass Factor, and we broke these things down in depth. The first thing that we talked about was polymer coated fertilizers for a warm season and a cool season grass. When's the best time to be able to use them? So let's go ahead and jump into these things and let's break these things down really quick.
There's a new piece of research out about polymer coated fertilizers, and kind of what's put at test is, are you actually getting what you're paying for? And at least from the data that I saw is that in cooler weather, yes. In warmer weather, no. Where that can be a problem is you may go into your spring and say, I'm going to apply an extremely slow release fertilizer right now, so that way it just drip feeds through the summer, because even though we're hot as hell during the summer, it's still beneficial to apply a little bit of fertilizer, right? Mm-hmm. There's enough data to support that. Now, where you can get stuck with your pants down is you apply this ultra slow release polymer coated fertilizer, you experience a week of warm temperatures at 90, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, and all of a sudden it dumps. Yep. And that's kind of the slang we use for it is fertilizer dumping. It dumps all your nitrogen. And now, instead of releasing a 1/4 pound a month over the next 3 months, all of a sudden it's releasing 9/10 of a pound all at one time. And if it's 95 degrees outside, tall fescue, and you dump 9/10 of a pound on it, what happens? Bye-bye. Or fungus. You're riding a bucking bronco at this point, and who knows what's going to stop it.
Isn't that equivalent to dancing around with a full organic slow release as well? I mean, I know that you guys were just talking about that. That's in a sense in the same alley where you don't know when it may release when you're dealing with those super warm climates, right?
So you can run into the same thing with an organic fertilizer. Now, in organic fertilizer, there's a bit of a buffer built in, and you will get a certain amount of release that takes place over the course of a year, and the overwhelming majority of that happens in the hottest part of the year. But what's interesting about mineralization is that there's still a certain amount that carries over to the next year and to the next year. So really, even though you may be applying a pound of N from an organic fertilizer, right? And I'll pick on Milorganite because why not? Everybody has a relationship with it in some regard. You apply a pound of N from Milorganite, you may release 6/10 of that pound of N the first year you apply it. The second year, you may release 1/10 of a pound to 1/4 of a pound. The third year, you may release 1/10 of a pound to 1/15 of a pound, right? So it's not that you're necessarily carrying over just a metric ton of nitrogen year over year, but it's the point there that it is carrying over. A lot of times you can get lured into a false sense of security because you may stop fertilizing for a while and the grass just keeps chooching at 100 miles an hour, and you're like, man, this is incredible, and I'm good here. But eventually that runs out, that catches up to you, and then it's not quite performing the same way. You got to repeat your process. So organic fertilizers have a bit of a safer buffer built in because they may dump, but they're not going to dump 100% of what you apply. And the same thing kind of goes along too with methylene urea. If you've ever heard of methylene urea.
I wanted to touch on that too because a lot of your store brand fertilizer are polymer coated fertilizers, and a lot of people will go to the store, and then they'll get these fertilizers, slow release, feed your lawn all summer, and they'll put these things down and it's 347 degrees outside. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, boom, like you said, that heat is going to make that polymer coated release all at once. And then they're dealing with funguses, and then then that's when they're like, well, what's going on and what happened? And a lot of people don't understand that at all, because a lot of people still do go to Lowe's and Home Depot and get, you know, these fertilizers, but they don't know what they're doing before they put some things down on their line.
And to take it one step further, not all polymer coatings are the same either. 90% of what you see in a polymer coated fertilizer in a big box store is going to be XCU, which is a Coke product, and that is the cheapest polymer fertilizer that you can buy as a formulator, right? So while they may feel good that they picked up a product that is a 30% polymer coated fertilizer from a big box store and went and put down a pound of it, because they're only get 0.6 of a pound that releases now and 0.4 of a pound that's going to release slowly. In actuality, it's not. It's all dumping, and they've got to pay the consequences for it. In my opinion, if you're going to go with a slow release fertilizer, make sure it is at least a duration 90 or a methylene urea or an organic fertilizer. One of those three.
So that means, people, when you purchase a fertilizer, wherever you get it from, flip over the bag and look at the ingredients and see what it is. And don't just be going by the picture on your line. I'll make your grass green. Any fertilizer can make your grass green. But flip over the bag and see what you're actually putting down before you put that thing down.
Matt just dropped some knowledge there from a fertilization standpoint.
Yes, he did.
He just dropped a whole lot of I hope y'all had your notepads, your handy dandy notebook. I hope y'all had them for that one, because I mean there's a lot of talk of going slow release, organic, polymer coated, like all of those kind of things. And as we learn more and we get more information, we try to bring that to you all, just like Matt did. Make sure you're digging into the information that's on the back of the bag and know what it is.
Well, that about wraps this video up. I hope that information was helpful to you all in choosing what type of fertilizer that you may want to use on your lawn. Remember, make sure that you like, subscribe, and you share so that you don't miss anything. I'm going to be giving you some important information, and I don't want you to be able to miss that. Thank you all for tuning in. It was such a blessing and an honor for you all to be able to join me in this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. Just know that we working. Peace.